Guys, welcome to day 14 of our 17-day mini course, How to Be Successful When Buying Insurance Leads. I want to show you something too on our $17 lead promo. Do you see that? Look at that.
Oh,
There's not much time. The time's ticking, you
the
guys. Look at that.
sand.
Can you see that?
There's this great Iron Maiden song that goes, "The sands of time for you on the lead order are running out."
Look at that.
Look
There's
at that.
just not much time left. There's not much time left. There's only a few days left. This discount's going away and it might never come back. So $17 leads, you can purchase final expense or Medicare supplement leads or turning 65 leads. It's your choice, or buy all three. That could be fun too. It's like a sampler platter. You only have until the end of May 27th. Once we get to midnight on May 27th and the clock rolls over to May 28th, time's up. Prices go back to our normal retail prices. And this is over a 60% discount. This is a huge discount. You'd be crazy to miss this. That being said, we're going to get into today's topic, retention. How can you retain the client? So we tried to really strategically walk you guys through how to be successful with insurance leads, talking initially about lead buying prep, getting a CRM, what's your budget, working our way through some of the sales process, scripting, activity level, appointment setting, objection handling. Now we're kind of getting to the back end sales process. That commission's great when you get it. When that hits the bank account, boom, it's awesome. The problem is if the client goes away, if you lose that client, especially in that first, 9 to 12 months, you might be looking at a chargeback. You might have to actually stroke a check to the carrier and say, sorry, I thought they were going to stay with me, but they chose someone else. They changed their mind. You don't want that. You want a client that's going to be with you forever. You want sticky retention. Someone who is not only going to stay with you forever, but they're going to refer their friends and family as well. Christian, how do you do it? You've had incredible retention at your agency. Part of the reason why I was so excited to partner with you, I know very well firsthand how low retention can go.
Yes.
I've seen some
Yeah.
agencies tell me numbers that like make me want to gouge my eyes out, where I'm like, tell me that's not real. You can't possibly be losing that many clients. Christian has an incredible retention rate, over 90%.
hmm
Some years I think he's at probably 96, 98%. I mean, just incredible retention. Christian, how have you done it? And how can other agents do what you do?
Yeah. So I think for us, it's been an ever growing ecosystem of support. We put such an emphasis on the client support and the client service, right? So, and everybody's like, oh, a big deal. I do that too. But do you? Right? Like the support is enormous, but it's not just the support. And I'll give you guys just a little bit more detail on that in a second. But it's also how many times are you touching your clients throughout the year? I'm not saying we're perfect at it necessarily. There are agencies that probably touch their clients even more than we do, but it's been very effective for us, right? And so we have essentially a build out right now where when our clients call, they're going to speak with usually one of a few different people. So it's going to be the same people that they get accustomed to and they get kind of comfortable with working with them. It also helps that our customer retention team is phenomenal. You know, they do such a good job at putting out fires for our clients, right? So if there's anything the carrier will allow us to do for them, we do it. And it could be something as simple as reordering their ID cards, explaining a benefit, answering a question on how something's covered, what there's their copay, all the way up to helping them untangle a claim where they got billed $10,000 for something that had a $300 copay. Just happened the other day. And what our people will actually do is they will call the carrier, find out what the problem was with the claim, get that information, call back the provider, provide that information, because oftentimes most customer service billing issues, 9 times out of 10, I would say, is when the left hand won't talk to the right. And that type of service is invaluable to a senior. You know, they don't really know how to handle these situations when they pop up. They don't really know who to turn to, and we essentially are willing to do some of that heavy lifting to kind of help them untangle. And then, of course, our outreach during AEP is huge. We make it a point to make sure that we do a lot of outreach, we communicate to them changes. And I think because we work so hard at it, our clients see that. And many of them don't want to leave us. I've had this theory lately where I think there's 3 segments of your book of business for Medicare clients. I think you have your 20% that are your raving fans. They'll never leave you. You really have to mess up bad to lose somebody in your core 20%. I think you have 60% that like you and they're happy with you, but if you make a mistake, they're probably out. It's a little bit more transactional.
Right.
Then you have the bottom 20% of clients that don't care. It's strictly transactional. They don't care about you. They
It's,
don't.
I'm going to interrupt you for a second. This
Yeah.
could be a good summit talk. Like this could be, I feel like this is fire. Like this is really, really
Yeah.
good stuff, you guys. Sorry, continue. I love this.
That's actually not a bad idea.
I know.
I've been trying to think of
I've
what
been thinking a lot about mine too. That's why I bring that up. Anyways, continue. Sorry, continue.
I might
You
actually
might,
take
I
that.
know. This is,
You guys might see this on
yeah,
stage.
this is good content. Continue. I'm intrigued.
But anyway, you have this bottom tier, which is, I believe, your 20%, your bottom 20%. And these are the people that are strictly transactional. They don't really care that much about you. Anybody can fill in. They're looking for just the next, good deal. A lot of
Yeah,
decent
they'll
people.
leave you over. These are the people that leave over $1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
so your core, I mean, the way you need to look at it, I would say, is how can you provide enough value to your top 20%, your middle 60% to get them happy and wanting to stay. And then enough of the bottom 20% will stay as well. Really, most likely, the majority of the people that do leave you are going to be the people in the bottom 20%.
Yeah. It
And
makes sense. It really does.
yeah. And so that to me is the art of retention.
There's 2 things I wanted to talk about regarding this topic. One is if you didn't see our day 13 video, retention and cross-selling go hand in hand. Christian mentioned it in our day 13 video. The statistics behind it, I've heard, I'm trying to remember when you have 2 policies or more in the house, I want to say it's like 3 or 4 times higher to retain that client. It's a huge increase. So selling more policies to someone, and I'm not an advocate for over-insuring someone. Obviously, that's not cool. Don't do that. Don't sell policies to someone who are willing to buy just because they're willing to buy. But selling the right policies in the right household can increase not only that initial commission you're going to make, but also increase your retention significantly. So cross-sell, cross-sell, cross-sell. It's going to make you more money. It's going to retain your clients better. And then I also wanted to reference our day 9 video, virtual assistants. At Hire Heroes, retention has become a bit of a specialty of ours. Christian mentioned touch points. That's a huge part of this. How many times are you communicating with the client? Are you sending them emails, answering their phone calls? Maybe you need to get ahead of something. I mean, I'll give you an example that happened internally at our agency. We had a potential massive change in a plan going away or a plan increase in price. And this is something where Christian just went through that 20-60-20. If you waited for them to get that letter that their plan's changing, that might be an instant loss of that client. However, if you can get ahead of that and you call that client, or your virtual assistant on your behalf calls that client and says, hey, Mrs. Jones, it looks like your plan's about to go up, or it looks like your plan's about to go away. We really need to make sure that you're taken care of. We'd like to schedule an appointment with an agent to talk to you. Can they talk to you this Thursday? That is the difference between losing a client or maintaining them and holding on to them. I think retention's everything, right? I mean, the
Yeah.
gold in this business is the renewals on the Medicare side. Obviously, with final expense, I think retention, that conversation's more about, are you going to be profitable? Because if you start to lose too many clients and your chargebacks go up, your profit goes out the window. Regardless of really what line of insurance you're selling, retention is super important. I'm a huge believer in retention, and Christian's the king. So whatever he said, you should be taking. You should probably tattoo that on your body. Is really what you should what you should be doing is take what Christian said about retention and just tat it up right on your arm. So that being said, retention concludes our day 14 of our 17-day mini course, How to Succeed When Buying Insurance Leads. If you are in need of more prospects, if you're trying to figure out how to grow your insurance agency, grow your book of business, and you're struggling with what to do, where to spend your money, please take advantage of this huge discount while we're still doing it. Again, it's only for a few more days. The sands of time are working against you. Take advantage of this promotion. You can buy Medicare supplement or final expense or turning 65 leads. They're exclusive, they're call verified, and in my opinion, some of the best insurance leads money can buy. Click the link below, take advantage of this promotion before it disappears. And until next time, stay tuned for our next few videos that will conclude our 17-day mini course. Happy selling, you guys.